See here. All right, we're recording now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and what we're going to look at for the first 10 or so minutes today is how to add a testimonial page to your agent website. So allow me a moment to share. All right. So if you log into command at agent.kw.com, of course, it'll pull up your home screen. You want to navigate down to consumer. This is where your consumer app URL is listed for you, your website URL, some of the setup guides for that, as well as the ability to create custom landing pages, extra pages for your site, etc. So adding this extra testimonial page is actually pretty simple. I know that it can be kind of intimidating diving into designs and creating something and moving all the widgets around. This is kind of just a couple of clicks and you'll have the page and be ready to rock. So I thought this would be helpful to share today. So when you first open up your consumer page, it has landing pages, agent site pages, and then a guide for building out your agent website. Then you have the site and app settings. That's where like the URLs are at. You can make some tweaks to those after the fact, after we've set them up. And you've got a create a new site button. And then wherever you're at, you're going to have a list of those sites. So these are all my landing pages that I've got.
Out of the 6.
Oh, hang on there. Mute yourself if you would, please. Let's see, let me go back here. And so then we've got a list of agent sites on my, or a list of pages on my agent site as well. So in order to add this testimonial page, we're going to create a new site. And whenever you do that, it's going to ask you if you're creating a standalone page that is a landing page right here, or something to your agent site. Of course, we're going to add this to our agent site and click create. And it's going to open up a blank template for you to start creating this testimonials feedback form. And you can also create a testimonials list, like a list of the reviews you've already got that I'll show you as well. The first thing you want to do is rename it something. So in this case, I'm going to name it my testimonials test page, just so you can differentiate it from the other pages. Otherwise, it's just going to be that jumble of characters. You'll see the body of your page right here. It starts out blank, of course, for you to start building on. And then on the right-hand side, there are a list of widgets that you can add to these agent site pages. The one that we're going to focus on today is adding the capture form itself so you can get those reviews. So you see that down there, and all you have to do is click, drag, and drop. And it's going to pop up like so with kind of the draft template here. You'll see there's just some generic headline text and some of those things. And so you know that it's not fully operational yet or able to be published because it's grayed out. It's not, quote, active. But if you go down here, now that we've got the widget in there, to configure widgets at the very bottom of the toolbar, click that. It says testimonial capture, and you'll click testimonial capture because that's the only widget we've got. And then it already pre-fills a lot of text for you, so you don't necessarily have to come up with some of this information, but of course you want to put in your name here. Now this says team name, but actually what that's gonna do is at the bottom it'll say something along the lines of, let us know how blank did. So yeah, let us know how the Waltz team did, but in my case, let us know how Bob Carty did. So you wanna put your name in there even though it says team name. It's a little bit unclear. I'm sure they'll change that soon. Next, we've got the headline. So it might be, you know, leave us a review, or maybe leave me a review since it's just me, solo agent. It has a default description that I'd suggest just running with unless you want to get real creative with it. You know, it's just real generic. Thanks for being a valued client. We want your feedback to do better, blah, blah, blah. You know, if you flesh it out at all, maybe you just put your name in there once or twice, I think, just to kind of work towards brand recognition, getting them thinking about you and just kind of how great you are, let's say, instead of just running with the generic, but otherwise it's fine. Your next headline is this one down here. How would you rate your experience? I'm going to leave that one the same as well. I don't see any need to rebuild the wheel. And then there's some text here. And if I can zoom out, let me see if it'll show. And if not, I'll show you on the page itself. There we go. So there's some text here in the bottom right. This is what's going to show up kind of as a gray bit of text in the review box, where you can just type over it, but it provides some suggestions for your clients. You know, how was the experience? How did they help you through the process? Just kind of giving them some guidance on what kind of information you're looking for in that review. So they'll just type right over that, but at least it's helpful. And then that's pretty much it. So once you've got all of the little fields completed, you can click Save and Apply. And now it's white. It's updated with my Leave Me a Review and all of this other fun stuff. So we know it's all set. It's good to go. If you could mute your mic, please, if you're making noise in the background, I appreciate it. Or I'll just mute you all. How about that? Okay. So it's ready to go. It's active. Now I just need to save. Top right, always remember to save. And it's going to ask me if I want to go ahead and publish it. So yes, you do want to publish it. No, it's not live immediately. It exists out there in the internet ether, but it's not actually accessible via your website just yet. There's one more step we need to take. So I'm going to publish it, say yes. Okay. So my landing page is created. You can see it here at the top of my list of agent site pages, because again, when we created that page, we selected agent site. All right. Next, we're going to go to site and app settings so that we can directly tie this page to our agent website. And you'll see that it's not, because their little visibility icon, the eyeball, is gray where the rest of them are blue. So these are all active pages right now. This one is not. We're going to go to site and app settings in order to launch that. When we're in here, you have a few tabs. We're going to navigate over to site pages. Just thinking. All right. And so it's got a list of the pages I've already got. I actually created this already in an effort to test it out and make sure it functions. But for my new one, if I want to go ahead and add it, or for your first one or your only original testimonials page, you'll click Add Page. And it has a list of all of the pages that you've got created on your site so far. So I'm going to go ahead and select that testimonials test page. And it comes up as new page here at the bottom of our list. And you'll have a little bit of info that you'll want to fill out, because this page title is what's going to show up like right here. So site settings command. So I want to change that maybe to testimonials or reviews or something to that effect. The URL slug is like the little bit of information after the backslash. So for instance, I might just title it reviews, and you'll see my URL, or what it'll look like right down here, is tampabayareahomes.kw.com/reviews. And then it asks for an SEO description. This is just a quick 1 or 2 sentences. What is the page about? And that's what kind of shows up in some of the subtext on Google search results. So leave a review for real estate agent Bob Carty. And then we're going to save. So now that that's saved, this page is now live. And if I navigate to my website, when I pull this up, on my list of site pages, you'll see I've got, of course, my original one. I titled them the same. I apologize for not differentiating. And then I've got my second one here. And when you pull that up, voila, it has all the text here, the form for them to enter, the rating to provide, and the review. And then that's pretty much it. So it's live, it's running. They get a chance to preview it before they submit. And then there you go, you've got your review. And so that's kind of testimonials, how to add that in a nutshell. Now, another thing you could do, I'm going to remove this for the moment because I already have it. So now that I've got my testimonials input field set up, I can do the same thing in order to get the actual reviews on another site page. So I'm going to go create a new site, agent site, and I'm going to go through this one kind of quickly because it's the same process. And on this one, maybe I want testimonials list. Oops, spelled it wrong, pardon the typo. And in this case, I can either do a list or I can do a testimonials carousel where it'll kind of rotate through the testimonials. So you see it's got the little arrows here, where the testimonial list is just, of course, a list view. Then you do need to configure the widget in the same way. So what's the headline? I like the from our clients. I think that's nice. It'll have client info you want to include, where they're from. You can even browse testimonials if you already have some that have been submitted and actually select them. So I asked Lewis this morning if he would take a moment and provide a testimonial. He had a little trouble doing that from his phone, but if he was listed here, I'd see, you know, a little checkbox, Louis Piamba, and I'd be able to select his testimonial to feature right here. And then again, just save and apply. save changes, and publish. And then when we return, go back to site and app settings, site pages, once again, the far right tab. It's thinking for us. Add the page, and I can go ahead and pull it here. So testimonials list. And then again, the same thing, make sure you title the page. If you want to give it a better little back end to the URL, you can do that. And then again, a 1 to 2 sentence description of just what the page is so that it gets indexed properly in search results, and then save it. And then you're all set, and that one would pop up. So let me see if that'll pop up even though I don't have any testimonials. Let's navigate over here and see. Refresh. Oh no, I deleted that page, sorry. That was the test one I just created. And there we go. I didn't properly title it, so it does say new page, but then that's where the reviews would be, and you'll see it's still grayed out because I didn't actually select reviews on here. So you do want to have a couple of reviews in there before you launch this page, it looks like. But other than that, that is testimonials in a nutshell. Quick and easy way to add pages. There are a couple of other widgets that you can do as well. And they're really just create the page, drop the widget in there, save the page, after making any edits you might need to. Make sure the page is actually added to your website in the site settings, and you're all set. You're ready to rock with a couple of custom pages on your website.